Hey guys, welcome to the stream. This is Arriagada coming to you live from the Hidden Pocket Billiards Bar and Bistro here in Winnipeg, Manitoba. We're at 121 Scurfield Blvd and we're here for the second annual Gordo Black Memorial Tournament. A 3-day event running from Friday, October 17th till today, Sunday the 19th. And as mentioned, we're on day 3. It's the final day. It's championship day. And we are into the semifinal matchups now on the A side. This is a matchup between FLETCHER, LOWE, and Mike DELGADO, and that's FLETCHER at the table right now. And I forgot I gotta change the races here. So FLETCHER only races to 5. I think I might have to change that on the write-ups too. Yeah. No, I got FLETCHER going to 5 there, so that's good. FLETCHER going to 5 on this one too. Yep. Yeah, I do. Okay. All right, so we're getting down to the later rounds, the ones that matter the most, because now we're playing for real money, man. And at this point, the winner here is going to be guaranteed 3rd place. So these guys, really good matchup. I would give Mike the edge to win this match 9 times out of 10, based on regular handicaps and stuff like that. But in this matchup, with Fletch getting a 2-game spot from Mike, that gives him a really, really good advantage. And it also kind of puts a little bit extra pressure on Mike DELGADO. So we'll see how this all works out. But Fletcher definitely has the edge here for the 2-game spot. And he's a good player, so 2-game spot it's a lot. And I haven't had a break yet, so I am going to step away, but not yet. I'm going to maybe wait after the first 2 racks and then take a little breather. I'm only on, excuse me, I'm yawning on the microphone. I'm only on like 5 hours sleep, man. So this is like crazy right now for me. And it's been 5 hours sleep every day this weekend. So eventually it catches up with me, and that's where I'm at today. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I love what I do. So absolutely, don't get me wrong. The whole damn time. All right, so I did my first part, which was to make sure that the people on Q Sports Live can still find the stream. And now I'm going to focus on this match, see what's going on at the moment. Hey, Fletch, did you win the first game? So Fletch is up 1-0 right now. Mike Delgado just broke down by 1 and a race to 7 for himself. His opponent's only racing to 5, so he only needs 4 more games. That means that Mike needs 3 games to catch up. Given he's a really good player and he can figure this stuff out, the odds are still a little bit against him because it's tough to swing back 3 games right off the hop. You need a little bit of luck, especially when your opponent's breaking a couple of times. Ooh, one more thing I want to do. I want to go check out the bracket. So give me a. You guys are watching this right now, anyways. Just give me 1 minute. I got to walk to the tournament desk, see what the. Or actually, you know what? I'll see if I can just get a picture sent to me. Oh, and I got to reset the clock because you guys just started fresh. It's got to be like 5 minutes added onto that. Players like Mike Legato look forward to events like this because it gives them a chance to see where they're at in their game. Not bad. Very limited on options here. He doesn't really have a shot other than maybe a bank attempt, which I don't think is going to pay off here. It kind of looks like you can back cut this 14 to the bottom right corner. I don't think it's a good shot to take on because it's going to change the table quite a bit. But yeah, I don't mind trying this bank side. This might be okay. Oh, and he nailed it. Really nice shot. Really nice. Really nice. Absolutely nailed the cross bank. Right in the heart, man. Mike Valtour still playing. Got a matchup against Jamie Bartlett. It looks like they're just starting their match now. You can watch that match on the Hidden Pocket YouTube channel under table number 10. On table number 9 on the YouTube channel, it's a matchup between Larry Hunter and Barry McLean. Barry McLean at the table right now. They're playing 9 ball. That's table 9. and nothing on table 12. So that's only two channels that are only two streams that are running on that YouTube channel. Hmm. I just gotta go to the corner, I'm assuming. This player doesn't usually make too many mistakes at the table. He's been playing some pretty good pool today, too. Still on the A side and the A side final almost, if you win this match. I like the angle on the one here to get over for that ball that he's looking at. I think that's a 6. Or maybe that's a 4. It's a 6 though. I like that angle there. Good angle. Oh wait, he stripes. I thought he was solids. I gotta quit looking down because I'm trying to share the stream, so I look down to like share the stream, and then I look up and I lose track of things a little bit. Yeah, so he stripes. Okay. Playing a nice collective game here. He's nice and calm, you know, he's checking his angles, checking his follow up and all that. Now this is I want to say it's almost an unfair match, but I know like Mike Legal is a really good player, so like I do expect him to find a way to get through on this match. But I feel like Fletcher's gonna make him sweat quite a bit because he's only racing to 5. He's already won one game. He's about to get a second game. It's gonna be tough for Mike to shake that off. The fact that he's spotting 2 games to an opponent that can play well. And look at that, how he forced it to get onto the 8 ball. And he didn't get great, but it's gonna work, I think. He can cut this without scratching. He's looking to see if it goes to the left. I was thinking going right, but he's thinking of going left. Or maybe he's looking at the scratch angle. This little shot here, the juice came across and they just got a little kick from the 7 ball. And there's the cut. He's just gonna miss it. A really nice attempt. I think he was really focused on the scratch angle there, but he shouldn't have worried about that. He should have just worried about making the shot because he was gonna be safe. And so this is like where like a player like Mike gets a chance to be able to get warmed up, kind of get into his opponent's head a little bit, and to control the game mentally. What he's got to do for this, though, he's got to get out there on this table. Oh, nice shot, Mike. Really nice. 2, 3, 7, and 8. That's the way the out is going to be. Shake it up. I gotta shake it up, man, because I need to wake up a little bit here. Starting to feel really mellow, man. When it's not the guys playing, it's just lack of sleep. 8 ball in the corner to have the match at 1. Is a good. All right. Maybe we got some big action here. Maybe. Cool guys might be in the house here, trying to make this a little bit more entertaining for us. At least I hope so. Let's go, man. Let's do this. It's gonna be a nice battle. I don't know why. I just got a feeling it's gonna be a really nice battle. Shake it up. I think I missed a couple of nice shots throughout the day too, so I'm not happy about that. But I can't go back in time and find it so I can put it up there. But I am gonna, if there are some nice shots, I'm gonna go through the video and then I'll put them up as highlight reels. Sorry about that. All right, so we move into rack number 3, and we got a tied game. 2-game spot between these players. So technically, Fletcher's up the game still. Actually, technically, he's up 2 games still. Trying to open up this corner now, right off the hop. That's not bad. It felt pretty good. Nowhere near perfect though, but pretty good. Something you can work with. One big breakout that he has to figure out still. Well, it's not really a breakout. It's more like a shot. The breakout should happen on its own, I believe. I'll have to open up that stripe, and that's opened up now. And that takes care of the situation that I was trying to talk about. I wonder if he's going to try to open up this stripe on the right, 13 ball. Doesn't really have to, but he's got an angle to get into that area. He's just gonna set up for a combo. Combo's good. So he's almost at the finish now. Just has to punch the cue ball off the rail slightly to get onto the 9. He wants to have a somewhat straight line on the 9. He doesn't really want to be straight. He wants to have a sliding angle that takes him towards that last stripe on the top left corner. And he wants to kind of get a straight line on that. I believe if it goes, I think it goes. Pretty sure it does. Not the right angle. Not the right angle at all. Looks like he's gonna have to make the shot to the corner and then pop the cue ball to get over for that 14 or whatever it is. That's the last ball. I can't see it right now. Oh, 12 ball. For good pool players, they usually have a plan and they try to execute every shot according to the plan. When they change the plan, things get a little complicated in their mind, and sometimes they can't shake it off. But this isn't a decent point of the rack, so I think he's going to be okay to shift over. Shot to the corner is good, but he's going to hook himself. He's going to hook himself, and he's hooking himself in a way where he can't really have direct access to the shot. This is going to be costly. Fletcher still has a bit of a challenging table, but big shot here, man. All in on this shot, too. Like, he's at the mercy of the pool gods on what happens after contact with the stripe. It's not gonna look pretty though, I'll tell you that much. If he makes the shot, it's not gonna look pretty at all. He's not even trying. Trying to create a problem there. Not bad. It's not really gonna do a whole lot. He's just hoping that, maybe his opponent's gonna get caught up on that, and then because of that, he's gonna make a mistake. And I like the fact that he actually threw the cue ball towards that problem area, almost as if to like say, hey, you should be thinking about this area because this is where I want you to focus on. But Fletcher didn't bite. He just took the ball, went up there. He knows the trouble area. Doesn't feel like the one ball's a problem, so he's going to proceed here and try to work this table out. The 7 and the 6 are a bit of a concern. The 5 ball goes, so he's got to try to figure out how to open up that 7 and 6 in a way where he's got a follow up shot after that. Well, the shot to the side was supposed to be the follow up, I believe. Yeah, he's still sticking to it. I like the way that Fletcher plays, man. I watched him play a few times. I never met him up until this year. Um, I think we had one battle where he beat me. I think it was only one battle we had. But I watched him play numerous times, and I like the way he plays. He's going to have a good future in the pool world. The 6 ball is the one that he wanted to get to. He's got an angle on the 5 to make it and get onto the 6. But I'm pretty sure he wanted to have a 6 ball with a setup for the 5, which I don't think he's got that setup anymore. Can still make the 6 ball though, but I think like here you got to be careful because you want to make sure you get that 5 ball out of the way, and then that 1 ball has to be your finish ball. So I guess a quick update on the B side. Like I was said earlier in the day in the last stream, not the one that I just stopped, but the one before that, I had mentioned that my pick to win the event was Shannon Ducharme. My players that I would think will go up against him in the final was my first choice Beck because of the 2 game spot and because he's a pretty good player. One thing that's against him though is he doesn't have the experience to play in big events against good players, like really good players. And having a handicap kind of like takes away some of that confidence because like you have an edge, but then when your opponent wipes out the handicap, now you're feeling a little bit more intimidated. So that's the bad thing about the handicap. But anyway, so he was my first pick for like a matchup against Shannon in the final, and I had Shannon winning. Then I said the other 2 players that I think could make it to the final that would be the ones I can challenge against Shannon. It would be Mike Delgado and Barry McLean, which those 2 guys had a match already twice today. And now Mike's in this position here where he can secure a top 3 spot just by winning this match. The other player that I brought up is Larry Hunter because he's the runner up from last year. He finished second last year, and I forgot to mention that, and I even forgot to take that into consideration until I reminded myself that yeah, that's right, he was the runner up last year. So he's one of the guys that I also have in there. So that's Larry, Barry, Mike Delgado, and then the little guy Beck. Those are the 4 people. Out of those 4 people, Mike still has a chance to be able to play against Shannon. Shannon has a chance to play against him in the A side final. Barry, I think is still have a chance. Well, actually, no, I can see it right now. Barry and Larry are playing a match right now. That's a B side elimination match. So one of these 2 players is going to get removed from the tournament, and one of those 2 will still have a chance to get into the final, like I see it. But one of them is going to be gone. One of my picks is going to be gone right away. And I don't see Beck Rogerson anywhere. So I'm going to go take a look at the bracket right now to get an update. Unless she sent me one. I don't know if she sent me one. Well, she might have. No, she didn't. So I'll go take a look. I don't see him around though, so he might have been eliminated. I'll be right back. I went to go look at the draw and all that, but I didn't see the payouts yet. I think the payouts are written down. And the little guy Beck Rogerson is now knocked out, so he's not going to be one of the top two. Who was my first pick as the runner-up, and the only reason I thought so is because I've been watching him play lately. He's been growing a lot. But the one downfall is the fact that he hasn't played in events like this often, where you're playing against top players that are trying their best all the time. And then at that point, the handicap is kind of irrelevant. Try to open it up. He just missed it. Lucky not to scratch there. So after this match, I gotta change that right up to, because after this match we are gonna stop the stream for a bit. The B side is running smooth on the bottom of the bracket, but the top bracket is not. So we're waiting for that to catch up. That's gonna give me a chance to get a little break here because I haven't really had a chance to sit down and relax yet. Blissfig Noodle says, "That's the guy who beats me. Get me a revenge, Mike Delgado." And then Andrew Main says, "Yet another sandbagger." Not necessarily. He's ranked Vegas. He's ranked Vegas, and let me see. Like, we talked about this guy, so like I'm not gonna defend him because I felt like he could play up. But Mike justified the reason why he should be. So like I take his word. He's organizing the event. I gotta take his word. Yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, so he's a 590. I see what you mean, man. He's a 590 with almost 1,000 games in there. So technically, he should be Super Vegas. Yeah, he shouldn't be getting a 2 game spot. It should be a straight race to 7. I didn't see that though, and I did help with some of the handicapping, but not all of it. This might have been one that slipped. But Mike's at 703, I think. So like he's still 113 points ahead, which is a big gap between Super Vegas and Premier. I think a 1 game slot would have been in order, but not two. So this is one of the things I was talking about earlier. Excuse me. I was saying that, because he's got a 2 game spot, like this gives a huge disadvantage to Michael Gall, which by the way, the score is 2-2 right now. I'll update that there. So that gives him a huge advantage over Mike. But like Mike knows that this is a bit of a challenging spot, so he's gonna try to overcome that. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have B-side matches. I might just have A-side matches. And so the next match that we're gonna have is the A-side final when that comes up. But they're still, I think, 2 rounds behind on the B side on the top bracket. So they need to catch up one of those 2 rounds before we can get going into the A-side final. I'll probably have about a 15-minute break between. That almost went in. You almost rolled that in. Hmm. Oh, he got a good hit, and he makes the shot to the side. He did not mean it though. Where did he get the ball in hand? I'm not sure. Oh, whatever. He's got the ball in hand. This is a tough spot here for Mike. Mike Vatur is playing right now too, so I don't want to ask him until after. But I'm not sure how this guy slipped through the Vegas and under, man. But I guess that has to fall on me. But I remember the recommendation was that he was going to be a Vegas player. Mike Vatur and Jamie Bartlett is the only other match going on right now on the B side, and they are playing on table 10 on the Hidden Pocket YouTube channel if you want to watch that. I'm not sure. He's waving his cue like he wanted to get a little closer. I'm okay with this shot because you just play it through. You got a chance to follow through on the shot, bring the cue ball across to the right. It's going to help with the delivery. It's not a bad option, really. At least I don't feel like it is. Good shot. He's got the 8 ball remaining here for him to take the lead in the match. Makes the 8 ball, takes the lead. I know Mike's gonna ask me like, how did this guy get a 2-game swap from him? I'm not sure I'm gonna answer that. Chance to get on the hill first here on his break. Oh, he's so lucky that cue ball stayed up. If you get a starting shot, it looks like he's gonna have to go solids. Or maybe not. Maybe he can take the stripes though. I'm not sure which one I want to take though myself. Bit of a challenging table, to be honest. First and some a bit slower of a match here. We're at 44 minutes into this match. Only 5 games in. The 6th one's in play. Yeah, he's gonna have no choice but to go for the solid with him. It's really not that great of a table either. So I'm trying to think about a rule. Those of you that are watching right now, I'm not sure if this rule is still a rule or not. When the table is open in 8 ball, I remember that a player was able to call a ball, like dominate their stripe or solid, and then call just a shot. I'm not sure if that's still a rule, but that used to be a rule. Any of you guys know? Fan, yes, fan, how you doing? Says 8 ball, not in the center. Mike made the 8 on the break. Oh, I'll have to look out for that, man. I didn't see it, but I'll make a mention. I'll pay attention too. Who didn't rack the 8 ball in the middle, Mike or Fletch? So I'm not sure who won the match between Barry and Larry, but I think it was Barry that won. And that would put him, I believe, into a B-side semifinal matchup. Hey, Barry, Barry, over here, Barry. Did you win? We lost. No, so it was Larry that won. Runner up from last year, still in the match, still in the tournament. I mean, Scary Larry. That's the name I give him, Scary Larry, because the guy's always serious when he's on the table, man. It's like as if he's getting paid by the ball or something, the way he plays. That was traditional pool, by the way, back in the day. I'm not sure about like pre my time, but my time when I was growing up playing was a big thing. Money per ball. And it varied, you know. Some people play $5 a ball, some people play $1 a ball, some people do like $20 a ball. And it's usually the way they would work it. It was the difference of what was left on the table. So if you played solids and stripes and you ran out the table and left your opponent 7 balls on the table and you're playing 20 per ball, they would owe you 140 for that rack. Now it seems kind of crazy, right? But reality is that a lot of the greatest players that you see around kind of grew up in that era doing that kind of stuff. So pressure mentality was something that they thrived in back in the days. Now we kind of just hide behind handicaps. And by we, I mean everybody else. So I usually don't get one. I have my own handicap. Oh, good shot, Mike. Good shot. Jammed them up against the one, took away all the options. Francis Albert, how you doing? Says 10 years before you shoot. LOL. Yeah, every player is different, man. But some of them are a little bit more methodical than others. And I don't know, like the way I look at it is you just gotta play your best game the best way that you can. And like I think experienced players usually like they're kind of a little bit in the background thinking about like the fact that maybe people are watching, they're shooting too slow. But the majority of the players aren't thinking that. They're just playing the way that they normally play. And I don't know, man. You can't get out of character when you're on the string table. You gotta be the same player so that way you can get the same results that you normally get, right? Did I bring my cues? Oh yeah, I did. Mike's trying to be really careful on this rack right now because his opponent is one game away from getting on the hill, and that would make it really hard for Mike to get back into this match. He would have to win 5 straight racks with his opponent breaking in between. Really tough to do, especially when your opponent's playing pretty good. Doo-doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. This will be the last match that I stream for a little while. I'm gonna come back with the A side finals when we get to that point. Then it'll be the B side finals and the championship match. I actually thought that because yesterday was pretty fast, Friday was pretty fast, so I figured today was going to be pretty fast. And I actually told my wife and I told Mike Valtour here that I thought the matches were going to be done by 5 o'clock at the latest. We're now at 7:39, almost 8 o'clock. Still have 2 matches behind on the B side, and so like I'm gonna say something. It's kind of wrong for me to say it in a sense, but like I'm being honest about this, and I'm just making a statement of a fact. But the first day was a 47-player tournament. We started at 7 o'clock sharp, and we finished by like 12:30. That's 5.5 hours for that day. Yesterday we had 33 players. They came in at 12:30. They started at 12:30, and we were done. Ooh, what time were we done at? It wasn't super late. It was like around 9 or 10 or something like that when we finished. It wasn't that late, but it was kind of already getting into late hours. But let's say I don't know. Let's say 10 o'clock. So that would have been like almost 9.5 hours yesterday for 33 players. We're now here with 16 players. We started at 12:30, so it's now 7 hours in, and we still have like 10 players left. The reason I'm pointing this out is because I want you to understand that when you plan your events, just understand that the last day is always going to be longer than every other day because that's usually the money day or the championship day where people are trying to make the most that they can make. Mike's still trying to figure this out. Not sure what he's gonna do here. Like he's in a really tough spot. This is a tough table, and the fact that his opponent is about to get on the hill on him too makes it a little bit more stressful. He really doesn't have much options here, and he's got to try to stay away from opening up any opportunities for his opponent. Play the safety. It's not a bad one. I'm not sure, but these guys are taking a little bit of time. And what is he on a smoke break or something? I don't know, but I'm gonna go and stretch my legs and figure this out where we're at with the tournament now. And I also want to find out what the what the pays are. So I'll leave it here. Stream is currently unmanned for a few minutes. I'll be right back. This fish sold for around 2,000. Not that one, but the Gordo one are very rare. Really nice album. And none of them look the same. Everybody that got one was all the way that they want. It has all the marks, so that way you know what to put your hands on. And I think Yeah, the score is 3-3. There was a couple of things that. Oh, and I forgot. I got to ask for the payouts. I'll update the score. We're down to 5 players, by the way. Down to 5 players. This one will decide who the top A side guys will be. Whoever wins here plays against Shannon Ducharme. Whoever loses here will be waiting for the winner through the B side. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the only match available on the B side is Mike Valtour against Larry Hunter. That's what I believe, but I haven't seen the bracket, so I'm not sure. Well, Mike's right there. I'll ask him a second. Give me a second. All right, so there's I got the scoop. Loser of this match plays against Mike Delgado. The winner of that match plays against Larry, and the winner of that match plays against the loser of the A side final, which is going to be Shannon Ducharme versus the winner of this match. Nice little check angle on that one, a little bump onto the stripe. Gives him a decent opportunity. Kind of all over the place right now, guys, but I'm doing my best to figure this out. Okay, so I got to check this out. Mike made the 8 ball on the break, and Mike racked the balls without the 8 in the center. Okay, so I'm going to watch out. Did he do that again this time? Looks like the 8 ball's near where the middle would have been, so I'm assuming that he's probably good on this one. See, I'll take a look here on the screen. Back a little bit. It's not common for a player to rack the 8 ball in the middle. There's no advantage from it, or to not rack it in the middle. There's really no advantage to it. I think like sometimes a player just slips their mind or whatever. I'm not trying to justify it for Mike, but I did have another player that played in the $10,000 added invitational Q Sports Live event a couple of years ago. And while I was streaming that match, specifically his match, somebody brought that up. They said, "Hey, this guy's racking the 8 ball not in the center, somewhere else." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I said it must have been just whatever. And then I look at the next rack that he racked, and the same thing. So this time I went up to him and said, "Hey, by the way, people are saying." He's like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't know, whatever." And so then he started racking on the spot again where it's supposed to be. But I'm not sure about any of that, man. Really solid safety game. Mike Delgado is the kind of player that has experience in money matches. And we're not talking like, $50, $20, $100. He does play some $100 ones for sure. But most of the matches that he plays are in, hundreds or thousands. And he's used to, having a good balanced game, understanding exactly when he should be playing smart and when he should be aggressive. His knowledge on the systems are really solid too. So, like, usually he's an all around player whenever he plays against anyone. Right now, he's in a tough match because honestly, this match is gonna make or break him here for the rest of the tournament. Wins this one, he's gonna be guaranteed third. Loses this one, he's gonna have to sit there and think about the fact that he had to spot 2 games to a guy that he just lost to. And he's the kind of guy that doesn't really fall to those kind of mentality situations. But you're in a memorial, you're getting close to the big money, so yeah, you're probably gonna think about it. That's pretty good too. Like he can see his solids or stripes, so it's not like great. But the goal there was just not to give him a shot, and he hasn't given him one. Perhaps he's also trying to force him into opening up the table a little bit. So if he tries to go for the stripe on the left, that opens up the 7 and the 8. If he goes for the stripe on the right, that might open up the 1 ball. Although I think the 1 ball goes already, but yeah, he's gonna open it up for sure. I have a safety coming up here, I think. Oh. I thought he was going to try to play that safety, roll it up on top of the 9 to freeze him up to it because he had that angle to work with. But no, he was just trying to make it. And I mean, honestly, his table's pretty open. So yeah, might as well just go for it. It's 7 ball that he's got to figure out. It does have a pocket. It's just not an easy shot. Here's the opening for that 7. That's going to open it up. Has the shot to the side and the 5 ball. That was always the plan, the escape shot. Take a look at the 1 just in case to see if he's got that. Because, you know, maybe if that 5 ball is really uncomfortable or the angle doesn't work, then you can just take the 1 and get back onto the 5 at some point. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you guys watched that AGT America's Got Talent, but I got to see a guy last night. I think his name was Chris Turner. I'm pretty sure that's what his name was. And it was just one of those things that just kind of popped up in my feed. And my wife likes to watch that kind of stuff. So, like, it's not rare that that kind of stuff pops up in my feed. But this one was kind of interesting. Check him out. His name is Chris Turner. Um, he offered an entertainment that, like, people are doing this kind of stuff out there, but nobody really thought about doing it the way that he's doing it and using something that's considered more or less like a practice routine situation and turn it into like a entertainment. What would you call it? Pioneer, pioneer style of entertainment for music or for rap. Anyway, so what this guy is, his name is Chris Turner. He's a freestyle rapper. And so freestyle rappers are usually people that can just bust a rhyme, right? Like they just start rhyming and they're very natural at creating rhymes. So they just rhyme, rhyme, rhyme. And then like people are like, oh man, this guy's pretty good, which is honestly, that is pretty good. But this Chris Turner guy, he does something a little different. What he does is like he'll get the people involved around him. So and I watched all these because it shows like all the, if you look it up on YouTube, Chris Turner, I'll show you one like all the auditions for this year. By the way, he was the runner up this year. I don't know if you watched that show or not, but he was the runner up this year, and he lost to a girl named Jessica Sanchez. And well, there's more to that story, so I'm gonna get back to that. But anyway, so Chris Turner comes up, and the way he does the first audition when he first got on there is he kind of got the judges involved. They said, okay, well, you know, each one of you guys give me something like a word a phrase or something, but something really, really weird. He says something that like I wouldn't expect, that whatever. So they threw a bunch of different words at him, and this guy like started freestyle. I'm not gonna ruin it for you guys. You guys gotta watch it. So this guy starts busting a freestyle, and he put such an impression on Simon Colwell that Simon, like, at first was like, oh my God, this guy is incredible. And then he started laughing because he couldn't believe how this guy can do the things that he does. Like, because he tested him, right? He threw him a curveball and said something like, what was it? I like my papayas nice, juicy, and ripe, or something like that. It was some sort of weird thing that Simon threw at him. And this guy, he rapped and he put it all in there, man. He made like a whole verse out of it. And so he did that for each one of the judges, one song. Everybody gave something like a word, and he used all those words to make it all come together. And that was pretty entertaining. So I'm gonna give this guy some credit just for his original audition. For sure, he's gonna get a chance to get in there. And so we go to the, I think it was the quarterfinals, and then here he does the same thing, but this time he's a little trickier. So this time, I think it was the quarterfinals where he did this. I gotta update the score too. I'm not sure who won. I think it was Mike that won, though, right? Mike was at the table. So the second round, the quarterfinals, he gets the judges involved again. No, sorry. So the second one, what it was is that he had gone onto Instagram, and he asked all these people on Instagram to give him ideas that he can use for the quarterfinal performance at AGT. And so thousands of people sent him all sorts of like suggestions and things, and he wasn't going to pick any of them. I feel like it's a bit of a cheat because he was going to see all of them. So technically, if he wanted to make up rhymes or make up words that rhyme with some of those words that he didn't really know, like he had time to practice. So I feel like there was a little bit of a thing there. But anyways, he had no idea what the judges were going to pick. So there's a little bit of a mystery there too. The mystery, you know, was what it was. The judges picked the words that they wanted, the 5 words I think it was. Simon, I believe, insisted that he wanted to do something different. So it was supposed to be a single word from all the list of the Instagram suggestions, and every judge actually picked from there. But Simon didn't. Simon decided he's going to play a trick on this guy, and not only is he not going to give him one word, but he's going to make sure that this guy has a really tough time. Gives him a weird sentence, like I think it was the baby elephant. Oh, I can't remember, something about the baby elephant, and it was just like a really weird whatever phrase. That good luck trying to figure that out. And then so he takes those ones, and then he decides to include. I think this is the one where he includes Terry Clark. I think his last name is. And so he says he's going to do quantum physics. That's the word that he gives him. So it is what it is. He goes out and he does the quarterfinal performance, and he just blows it out of the park. Once again, Simon Colwell is just like laughing, and he can't believe how amazing this guy is and how quickly he just came up with these words. And so like there was a lot of that, right? Anyways, we're going to the semifinal round, and now this guy is getting crazy. Like, this is creative. Now he starts giving everybody in the audience an envelope with a word, and let the judges go around picking out envelopes. And at first it was supposed to be 1 envelope per judge, but he started getting 2, 3 envelopes from his judges. And all these words got put together. He looked at all the words, and he just started going with it, man. He was incredible. And then the last one was the one that I found the most amusing. Was that he did this same thing, but this time he went around and he asked people to give items. Okay. So each person had an item, whatever it was, your phone, your wallet, whatever, but everybody had an item. And so he walked around. I think this was the semifinal or the quarterfinal, actually. He walked around, asked the judges to pick these items, whatever, and he did all that. So while all the items were on the table, he said, as I pick up each item, I'm going to rhyme about it. Right, so that's the catch. Like, I'm gonna bust a rhyme on every little thing, but as I pick them up, I'm gonna involve them in the song, and that's what he did. So he started with the first one, put it in there, got to the second one, put it in there, and he went all the way through each object that these judges had for him. Then he says, well, he's already going, right? So he's blah 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 blah. He goes into the crowd and he starts grabbing random items from random people, not knowing what he was gonna get in his hand, and he's going off, man. This guy's rhyming off like as if he's like Eminem. He's that good. Like I don't know how he did it. It's just honestly a gift of God. But he was so good that he picked up, I'm gonna say maybe like 5 or 6 items through the crowd as he was walking around, rapping already to the other items. He's picking up the next item and rapping to this, and rapping to that, and rapping to this. And so at the end when he was done, like everybody's clapping, everybody, they're all standing up. They're all like, this guy's going to win it. The judges are all like, this guy's going to win it. Guaranteed, this is our winner. And he says to this guy, Simon says to him, I guarantee that you're going to make the final, he says. I don't know what that meant, but that's what he said at that time. Guarantee could be like Simon's going to tell everybody, you have to vote for him. Or it could be like he just believes that he's that good, that he's going to make it, for sure, right? Whatever the case, that happens. So then his final performance, oh, this is a good one, man. Final performance, he's got a big board in the back that has all the words that he's going to get, first of all. So he starts getting all these words. And honestly, these words are like really like, nothing really makes sense to what he's getting. But he's putting all these words up and he doesn't start rapping right away. What he says is, as I finish each one of these words or sentences, because they were all lined up, you know, one after the other, so everybody can see them on a big screen. He says, as I rhyme each item, the next word that comes up, the beat's going to pick up. He's like, and then the word that comes up next, the beat's going to pick up again. He's like, it's going to keep picking up until we get to 150 decibels, which is like Eminem in his fastest rap, a little bit faster than that. Okay. And so he goes off, man. And I don't know, like, this guy's honestly is so gifted, man. And the only reason I'm telling you guys about this because you're gonna want to check it out. Go to YouTube, look him up, Chris Turner. Check him out. AGT audition. Even if you don't like rap, I don't care. If you don't like rap, this guy's gonna make you think about liking it, but you still won't. And the reason why people don't like rap is because all the swear and the way they talk about women and honestly, it's just I understand it. I love rap, so I understand it. But if you don't like rap, I promise you, this guy's gonna make you think, wow, that's actually pretty cool. You might even start coming around the kitchen rhyming for your wife. I don't know. But check him out. So yeah, so the last one he does it all, man. He goes every word. He gets to the fastest beat, and at the time he gets to the fastest beat, and you hear my voice right now. It was way faster than that, man. This guy sounded like he was an excited kid about to get a chocolate he'd been waiting to try all his life. Like that's what it looked like. The words are coming out so fast, and he's just going around and he's going up. And I had no idea how this guy's coming up with this in his mind, man. But that's his gift, right? Long story short, which was a really long story, he ended up losing, though. He came up runner-up, and he lost to Jessica Sanchez. Now, Jessica Sanchez is a special character, too, because she was one of the people that competed in the AGT in the very first season. She was only like 10 years old. This is 2005. She was only like 10 years old at the time. She competed in the event, and I remember this kid because I remember watching her, and I remember her getting eliminated in the semifinal. She lost in the semifinal, and it was like a dream got shattered, and that was the end of her. And I always thought, like, I remember that day watching her, I was like, man, this girl's gonna be like a wicked artist, man. Like, I'm telling you right now, her voice is special, and she was born for this stuff. I'm telling this stuff to my wife, right? Anyway, so we roll forward 20 years later. This girl had not sang for many years. She kind of did some in and outs, and then one day she says to herself, you know what, like, I just want to try again. I don't know, it's my dream. I just want to try again. So she goes out there, Fletcher's on the hill. She goes out there, and now 20 years later, right, so she was 10 years old at the start, now she's 30. And she's also pregnant with her first child at the time that she's going to compete. You got to watch her too, Jessica Sanchez. Go check out the one that has all of her auditions, like everything, the quarterfinals, all that. And I swear to God, like if this girl doesn't make you feel like she's one of the most powerful singers in the world, I don't know. Like we can't get music to you, man. It's never gonna happen, bro. But anyway, this girl, like, and I mean, the song choices may have been, I wasn't good with them. But I'm a kind of guy that listens to these things because I do concerts. And so what I'm always looking at is the voice, right? Whatever voice you got, I just want to see how good your voice is. And I can say, like, yeah, this person's got it. This person's going to win. I don't always necessarily pick the winner for each season for all these shows that my wife watches. But I do, like, as soon as I hear a voice and I can be doing whatever it is, and I hear that voice, I'm like, oh, my God. I say, I don't know who this person is, but they're going to win it this year. And a couple of times I've been right. This one here, I thought this girl was special 20 years ago. And here she comes 20 years later, and she rocked AGT like nobody possibly could, man. It was crazy. She ended up winning it. Go check it out. She won $1 million with a little baby inside her. By the time that she won the event, it almost looked like she was ready to pop. She had this big belly, and she was still singing, man. And on top of all that, she almost quit at the quarterfinals. She almost quit because she didn't feel good and the baby and all that stuff. But she ended up going out there. She's like, no, I want to do this. I already gave up once. So she went over there to do it. And sure enough, man, she ended up winning it. And the only reason why I'm telling you all this stuff, first of all, is because the rapper would really impress me. Chris Turner absolutely impressed me, man. I don't know where this guy's going to go in life, but everybody's going to know who he is. He's really good. And he's like a British guy, but when he raps, like, I don't know, man. You can't really tell. I mean, you sort of can, but I'm telling you, go watch it. You'll see. And the other reason why I kind of share that with you guys, because I wanted to let you guys, understand something about life when it comes to pool. Very similar to that girl's situation. The first time you come out to play the game and become a champion, you go out there and you play. And if you get close to the money, it might be something that drives you to keep trying to be better. But if you don't, it might push you away from tournament play. You might just play socially, right? There's people out there that are actually really, really good that used to play kind of socially, never knowing and understanding that they had a gift, right? And some of those people really love the game and were so good at it, but they never really seen the potential of what they could do or what it could mean to them. So they just kind of moved on to something else, and then eventually got back to playing pool 15 years later, right? 15 years later goes by, and now you suddenly realize, like, you know what? I really miss this game. I want to play more. I want to get better. Like, I want to compete. And then you start diving in, and next thing you know, 5 years after that, it's now been 20. You're starting to play the way you want to play. You're starting to win. You're starting to compete. You see things better. You have a connection with the game that nobody else can understand except for somebody that's just like you, connected to the game in the same way. And it's just a beautiful journey, man. It's never too late for you to grab your cues to become the best player you can be. I'm telling you that. That's the only reason I shared that story. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing right now, if you haven't played the game in years and you're saying to yourself, man, I miss playing this game, that's the pool guys telling you it's time to come back, man. It's time to get your game going. Speaking of getting your game going, somebody's got his going right now. Fletcher Lowe on the hill trying to close out. He's got a decent table to do it, but there's definitely a lot of work here still. Gonna open up the 3-ball here on this one. He missed the shot to open up the 3-ball. Not good. He did jump up on the shot, so he wasn't 100% on it. He wasn't like super confident on it. And Mike Delgado has a nice opportunity here now. He's 2 games away from getting on the hill still. Excuse me, still. So he's got to work this out the best way he can. He can't turn the table over. He just can't. And if he is going to turn the table over, it has to be in a way where there's no shot available for his opponent. This table right now is not the greatest, but he's got a ball in hand. So usually with a ball in hand, you use that to open up the table, to get everything else going. But sometimes you take a ball in hand just so you can play a safety, to get a better ball in hand. And so, like, this table kind of looks like he's going to have to do something like that. But we'll see. He's got ball in hand right now, trying to work it out. How you doing, bro? Yeah, man. Sorry, you caught me right in the middle of a rant. I was talking about, like, I watched some of the AGT last night, but it came up on my phone, America's Got Talent. And there was this guy, Chris Turner, that British guy. He came out running up on the show this year. And he was a freestylist, right? But unlike most freestylers, he came into the show and he's like, he's one of the judges. I want you to give me a word or a sentence or anything messed up. I'm going to freestyle for you. And they did. He did. And I was like, oh, that was so amazing. I watched all of his auditions. Right? We went to the quarterfinals. Now he gets the crowd involved. He gets the judges involved. And he rocks all of them again, all the words. And they gave him some really crazy stuff. It was really challenging. But every beat and every verse, it sounded like it was something that he'd been singing all his life. Right? Then he goes to the next one. And he gets him involved again. And this time, he got the items. So he got everybody to pull out items. And then the judges went from the crowd to pick out items. Each one would pick whatever. They put them in front of him. And as he picked up the item, he started rapping. Right? Every item, he was just ready to rap the next verse. And then once he finished that, all the items from the judges, he keeps going down the stage, grabbing shit from people from the audience. And he's rapping to everything, not knowing what he's going to get in his hand. Whatever he got in his hand, he's just going off, man. Like, instantaneously, right? And so everyone's like, oh, God, this guy's so amazing. And they're like, oh, he's going to be the one that wins the show this year. Guaranteed. And Simon's like, I guarantee you're going to be in the final. I'm thinking, no, this guy's pretty good. I watched the last one, and this time what he does is he takes all the word like a big screen, he puts all the words up that everybody gives him, right?
And every word that he rhymes to, the beat picks up just a little bit. It's a little bit faster, a little bit faster, a little bit faster. So he gets to the last word. Now it's like, it's going fast, right? And he went through every word, every sentence, got to the last one, perfect. And it never sounded like it was off beat. The only thing that Chris Turner. Yeah, check him out. And there's one on YouTube that says all of his auditions. Check that out. He lost to Jessica Sanchez. And that girl, I was telling you guys a story when you came in. That girl went on AGT in the first year of 2005. She was 10 years old. And she was a talent. She got eliminated in the semifinals. She walked away from it. And she decided to just like do other things. And eventually, somehow, life pushed her back into thinking about it. So she said, you know what? I'm going to try again. So she signed up, went to AGT on the 20th anniversary, 20 years after. And she gave them something they could never imagine. Best performance ever. If you check her out, her songs, not good. But the first song that she sings will tell you how good she is. Just watch it. When you see all the auditions, they'll say the very first audition. When she first starts off, it's like, oh yeah, she's pretty good. And then she lets the voice out. And it's like, holy shit, man, this girl is a killer. And I knew back then when she was a little girl, because I watched that show, I knew that she was special. But I forgot about her, right? And then she comes back and says, oh, yeah, I remember you. Crazy, man. 20 years in the wait. She came back. She won $1 million. And this is it. She won and competed while pregnant with her first child. Yeah. First time she was like this. By the time she ended up winning, she was like that. It was ready to pop. Crazy. That's awesome. Proud for you. How much guys still in it? 5. The other one is for the other tournament. These are all parties now, too. Who's Mikey playing? Mike's playing against FLETCHER, LOWE, who's the guy here on the red hat at the Blue Jays hat. Okay. He's from town? He's a good player. He's a decent player anyway. Yeah, but he's usually working construction, so he's never around. And then the winner of this plays against Shannon. That's the A-side final. The loser of this waits for the winner. No, the loser of this plays against Mike. The winner of that plays against Larry. And then the winner of that plays against whoever loses the A-side final. So we're still a bit away, like 6 matches. 6 matches. The only thing that made me happy is that it was like fast races, but it's not. It's 9 or 7 and 5, so it's taking a little bit. If it was like qualification, it'd be fast, but it's like money rounds, right? So everybody taking their time. Have some soup or something? Yeah, I have something to eat, man. They have today after 9 o'clock. It's 8:30 only. After 9 o'clock, half price all appetizers. And then I think their pizzas are on special today, but I'm not sure what the price is. Come chat later. Yeah, man.
Sorry about that. Just talking to a good friend of mine. Haven't seen him in a while. Mr. Tyrone DeGarles. That's another player, man, that like whenever he plays in a tournament and especially in teams, he always finds a really good team. I mean, I shouldn't say that. He creates a really good team because he calls people up and he stacks up his teams, and he's usually like either winning the event or coming up in second, no matter what team he plays with. He just knows his players really well. If he was a tournament director, everybody would be screwed. Because he would know your handicap. He would know how good you really are. Great guy, though. And his dad's a chief out in Ebb and Flow, First Nation, Manitoba. Which I never had a chance to meet his dad yet, but I've heard nothing but great things about him. He just got reelected, too, so obviously the people in this community believe the same thing and see him the same way. I know that sucked because I went to do their election. I was there for it. You guys are getting into a tight situation. You can see, like, they're only 4 or 8 racks and 4 aside, and they're already an hour and a half into this match. So they're locked in. They're locked into the point where every rack is going to count now. After this match, this is a A-side semifinal. So after this match, I'm not going to stream again until we get to the A-side final. Because then we'll go A-side final. The B-side semifinal should be playing at the same time. So as soon as the A-side final is done, we'll go straight into the B-side final. And then from there, straight into the championship match. So the next stream is going to have the 3 best matches of the event. I think I'm likely going to end up having to stream it on my own personal page because I don't want to interfere with the Barry Hui Memorial. It really sucks that Facebook puts us in the situation because I wanted to represent my friend Gordo Black as best as I could, including, having his event being on the stream on Q Sports Live, and it just didn't work out that way. But I understand that, there's a lot of people in Calgary. Q Sports Live was originally created in Calgary, so I don't want to step on anybody's toes, so I just let it be. And that's the only reason why I didn't stream on Q Sports Live all weekend. And I only streamed a little bit today because I felt like, at the very least, let me just get a couple of games in there so that way, people are aware that this tournament is going on. And then from there, it is what it is, right? But I asked all the people that watch, I say, hey, if you guys, get a chance to tune in and watch, please support the stream because it's not about the numbers to me, meaning how many views and all that. To me, it's about I'm honoring my friend just like Mike is, and I want people to know and understand how special a guy he was. And I also want people to see how great our players are when they're playing for meaningful events like this. So it's more about the players than it is about anything else. If I wanted to jack up my numbers, I just go get some of the best players and just do that. But that's not what I'm trying to do here today. It's just trying to represent my friend. So on that note, if you guys are watching here right now, there's a good chance that this is probably where you're going to end up having to watch a championship match. If by any chance a championship match works out in a way where the guys out in Calgary are still not at that point, then I'll slap on the championship match on Q Sports Live. Then I'll probably have to stop the stream and then do the B-side, or no, I guess it'll be it's championship match at the end. But the A-side final, B-side final, that's probably all going to be here on my personal Facebook page. And of course on my personal YouTube channel. There's info if you're looking for it. Mike gets on to 5. He needs 2 more. Fletch needs 1 more. Anybody's game still, but now this is where the pressure starts becoming a thing for Fletcher Lowe. The main reason is because now his opponent's away from getting on the hill, 1 away from getting on the hill. And problem here, what makes this a little bit harder for him is the fact that he's breaking in this rack. Because this is technically his last chance to break for the match. His one and only chance to break for the match. If he loses his rack by any chance and Mike Delgado wins it, he will be on the hill as well. And the last rack will go to Mike Delgado. His break is pretty consistent. So all those things are kind of going through his head right now as he's about to break in this rack. He's trying to make something good happen here. Watch out for that cue ball. Oh, nice control on the cue ball, man. No frenzo. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. Absolutely stopped the cue ball right on the spot, man. Nothing down. Nada. And a great opportunity here for Mike. So this was the worst case scenario. And so I think the reason it kind of happened, he must have been acknowledging the things that I was talking about. And sometimes just by thinking about something, you actually create it. And I think that's what he did there with his break. He felt like, well, either as long as I don't come on dry, or I got to try to win this rack or something. But the break changed on him, and he did a really good job of controlling the cue ball, but no friends. Mike getting to work for a trying to open up. The 7 ball off the rail. He's not going to get it quite out the way he wants it, but it's kind of out. You can kind of take a stab at moving it again here. Gonna try to get Dave over here, see if he wants to join me. Because he's watching the game. So he might as well just come in and join me for a little bit. So this is sort of a bit of a delay. I'm thinking they should have just played the semifinal, but the plan was that we just played all the A-side matches on the stream because that were going to be a little bit faster, and then that was going to give the B-side some time to get everything going too. But it's worked out different. And now that we're waiting for this match to finish, it's slowing down the tournament that much. So right after this is done, they're going to go into the B-side match. There'll be 2 B-side matches before I get to streaming again. You got a big party going on right now too, so it's pretty loud in this building. You're gonna hear like spurts of music here and there. And I have it set up so that way the background music doesn't get through, but we'll see. It might. Oh, it's supposed to be a great safety, but he's left the 13 ball over the pocket. Big mistake there from Mike. Fletch with a good opportunity. I don't know if he's going to want to take that 13 ball because that screws up the 6 ball too. But good players find a way to get around these kind of things, so I don't really think it matters much. Yeah, he's trying to be conservative here, play the safety. Mike's going to play into it for sure. He's got the 3 ball that can help him get that ball out, and the 7 ball can help him get that ball out. And if he gets somewhere around that 1 ball to make it to the corner, then that would be there too. Blaine Herzak, how you doing? Says lots of good players on stream. I really enjoyed watching these games. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for tuning in, man. I really appreciate that for sure. I think he's got to try to play the perfect angle here to get onto that 3 ball. But even then, like, it's not 100%. So I think, okay, let me see if I can do this here. So, like, obviously he's going to take, oh, I got to clean this up. Let's go for the angle here. He's going to shoot already, so I'll just wait. Not the way that I thought he was going to play it. Okay, so he might be looking at a safety here. As long as it takes away the combo, because there's a combo to the top left corner, then he's going to be okay. I don't think he acknowledged that there was a combo there because he's left that combo sort of available. I mean, there's still a back cut for the combo to happen, but the back cut angle is there. That's the first thing he looked at. As soon as he walked out, the first thing he looked at was that combo. Now Mike's trying to force him into a situation where he's gonna make a mistake, and as soon as he makes a mistake, now Mike has the table wide open. So that was the purpose of playing the shot that way. And I think he intentionally left him the shot on this combo because he felt like it's a missable shot. So higher probability they'll get the table back. And he went for it. He bit the bait. And now the shark comes in to collect his meal. You play the combo here to try to get back up for that 2-ball. You could play the 3-ball and just try to get around to the right side here to get onto the 6, create an angle to get back up for the 2. A couple different ways you can actually play this, but I'm trying to think what would be the most disciplined way to play it. I'm thinking he's going to want to take the 3-ball now. But the angle on the 1-6 tells me that he could get set up for the 2-ball here on this combo if he wanted to play the combo. I mean, he could play the 6-ball straight too. But it just doesn't make sense with the 6-ball sitting there like it is. Oh, that worked out really nice. Need that extra bounce to get into that shape for the 1, so that worked out really nice. And now he's got a proper angle, right? So now he can make the 1. He can get that angle on the 3-ball to be able to get up for that 2-ball. Keeping it simple, a little stun draw on that one only. Got to do the same here, stun draw, and he's got to hit it a little bit harder, so he's going to force the shot somewhat, but it's really not that much, and he should be okay. And even if it comes up a little bit short, like say below the line, then he's going to have an upward angle for that 8-ball anyway, so that works out perfect. He's in a good spot right now, looking to get on the hill. Yeah, so they're like, he's got a bit of an upward angle, but that's fine. That's going to help him out for the shape on the 8 anyway. Going to draw back with that upward angle, and he's going to get perfect on the 8. It's hill, hill. We got another hill, hill battle. It's on, baby. It is on, man. Ding, 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 ding. Let's go. The final rack. It's the ultimate showdown. A-side semifinal winner. This rack coming up will be going through to the A-side final. Guaranteed 3rd place. Loser of this match has a date with Mike Vautour. Well, the heat's getting to him. He can't think. I better turn it off. He's like, I don't know where that came from. Suddenly I feel super hot. Let's go, baby. It's the last rack. Number 11 coming up. Mr. Mike Delgado, also known as champion, coming up to break. A chance to close out on his own break. And like I said earlier, he's got a very consistent break. But the pool gods are very consistent too. So if Fletcher Lowe came up dry on his break, well, should be the same here on this one. We'll see. If the pool gods are in the house, it'll be a dry break and it'll be a nice battle. And if they're not, well, Mike will do what he usually does, a nice open break and run it out. He's gonna make a ball. He's gonna make two. No, he's gonna make one. He's got a chance to run out. Pool gods, I left the building. I'm kidding. They're okay. They're still around, man. I think they're still around. I gotta ask my bro. He's like, I don't know, man. I really don't know. By the way, I only used John Travolta because I met him in person, man. I had a chance to meet the guy in person. Incredible. And he looked like, I don't know, man. It was like meeting like I don't know, like a godly person, sort of. It was the experience of meeting John Travolta was a different thing, man. I never expected to go through that experience in life, and I never even imagined I was ever gonna meet him, right? So I've been weird like that through my life, though. I've met some really cool people and some superstars throughout my life, and it's always been like random things, man. It's never been something that I planned. I met some artists, like musicians, real musicians. Sat there around with them, you know. I had a beer, had some conversations. I've been in places where like people normally would have to pay so much money to get in to just be a part of like watching what's going on, and I've been right there behind the scenes. So it's yeah, blessed in that in a sense. But I don't know. I never look at it that way. I just think, oh, that's cool. Like I got to meet John Travolta. So cool. And that was it. I didn't go out there and said I got a shirt that says I met John Travolta and I'm cool now. Like nothing like that. And you probably not cool because John Travolta's getting a little bit older now, but he was a cool cat back in the day when his well, I don't know about his early days, but his mid years when I was growing up watching him play. I think one of the most memorable movies I can remember from John Travolta was Face Off, him and Nicolas Cage. It's funny because when I met him, I posted the video, which has now been erased, but I posted the video on Facebook, and people were like, "Hey, is that or Nicolas Cage?" And at first, I didn't get the reference. I was like, "What? Like it's John Travolta, you idiot!" And then I remember, like, "Oh yeah, Face Off." If you never watched that movie, it's kind of old school, but I guess it is now. But Face Off was a pretty good movie, man. I won't even tell you about it. Just John Travolta, Nicolas Cage. Check it out. It's probably one of the last times that Nicolas Cage was actually a decent actor. I watched some of his stuff lately, man, and it's a little sad. But as you get older, I guess you gotta just take what you get, and that's the way it's been for him right now. Might get the table. I'm about to finish this table. He's just got to get on to the 9 or to the 11. The 9 ball's where he's trying to get onto, so he's gonna four-stroke this a little bit. Yeah, there's the four-stroke. And he didn't even get what he was trying to do. He was trying to do something totally different. So that's something that's not common. You never see that. You never ever see that. Where's that? Never. Fletcher Lowe, chance to be able to close out now. Now, originally, he was kind of called the sandbagger, and I said to myself, well, it's too late. I also thought to myself at that time, well, like if he wins, yeah, I agree. But if he loses, then it's not really sandbagging. We'll see who was right and who was wrong, I guess, because he's at the table, a chance to close out. If he's a sandbagger, he's going to close this one out. Because that means he should be able to hold his nerves here. You've seen Mike. Mike's a 700 plus, and he wasn't able to hold his nerves there. Yeah, see? A little luck there on the leave, maybe? I don't know. He's taking a look to see if he got lucky. Mike's kind of looking like the way he's walking, it looks like he doesn't have a shot on it. Another thing he looked at was that 7 ball to see how messed up it was. That's the 4 ball that's next to it. So if he tries to play a safety, that's the area where he's kind of hoping that he'll get a chance at the table again. When his opponent tries to break that out, or if his opponent tries to do something with those 2 balls, the 4 and the 7. I don't think he's going to go for a big shot here unless that ball goes to the corner. This is a risky shot because he's thinking about this. Like, I just put over that pocket, but whatever, it's fine. but you're also going to give your opponent a chance at a bank side here if you leave the cue ball somewhere on the right. Oh, he can make it. Never mind. I'll eat my words. And look at that. What a little touch. He got the perfect touch there, man. I mean, not really because he wanted to have an upward angle, but he got a perfect touch in a sense because he was going to lose the cue ball a little bit. Then again, maybe he was trying to play the cue ball through to get a better angle on the opposite side. So, in a sense, he kind of maybe got screwed over here by hitting that ball. Big juice on this one. Too much. Oh, no, it's going to be perfect. Oh, man. I don't know if I got that one, but I think that's going to be perfect. Oh, I don't know if I caught it. We'll have to see it again from the beginning. Let me see it. Lots of juice. Lots and lots and lots of juice. And he just made the 15 ball, so that ball went in clean. Now all he's got left is the 11 and the 8 ball. Mike should be out, and he should be the guy that goes up against Shannon Ducharme in the 8-side final. Now remember, I had some picks. First one was Beck. I thought Beck would be the guy that goes to the final here against Shannon, but the little man got knocked out early. Mike's going to win that one, 7-4. So the sandbagger part, I don't know, man. Like maybe it was a proper spot because he had a chance to close out and he missed it and he turned it over for a loss, which is something that somebody that has a handicap would probably do under pressure. So I don't know. I feel like maybe it was fair, but you're right. Like he should have been ranked as a Super Vegas player for sure. I'll pay attention to that for sure next time around because we have another event coming up right away, the Gordo Black Memorial, which I'm trying to work out the details for that one this week. Okay, so that match is done, and I believe now it's going to be Mike and Fletcher. They're going to probably play on their own table, so I'm going to stop the stream anyway. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching the stream, those of you that did. Don't forget to check out my good friend Ellison Duque Jr., sales consultant for Birchwood Honda West. They're located at 3965 Portage Avenue, Unit 75. One of the best guys I know when it comes to being a good human. And he supports a lot of people, including the people in the pool world through their events, constantly trying to donate and to support and to sponsor. This is the reason why I am putting him out there because I truly believe he's a good guy and he does positive things, not just for him, but the people around them and for the pool community. So people like that, in my opinion, are the ones you guys support the most, especially if you're a pool player. Go check him out. If you're looking for a vehicle, man, just go check him out. Ellison Duque Jr., Honda, Birchwood Honda West. Let him know you've seen the ad on the stream too and say that I said he's a good guy and that he'll take care of you guys because he will. And you don't have to say it. You can just test it out. You'll see. He will. Oh, yeah, I had a shot from yesterday. That was a shot yesterday. This is a really nice shot. Crazy, that guy. Crazy. All right, so yeah, we don't have any other matches. I'll come back with another stream shortly. The next one is going to be the A-side final, B-side final, and championship match. All right, and don't forget, if you guys are looking to get into the raffle, we have a Ms. Q EC9B playing Q, and it's $20 a ticket. If you get a ticket outside of Manitoba, you're in charge of the shipping fees or the shipping costs. And if you're in Winnipeg or Manitoba, then we work that out. In Winnipeg, we just meet you. But if you're in Manitoba, I can probably try to meet you somewhere. $20 a ticket. Let me know if you want to get in. I'll get you set up with Mike. We'll take a picture of the ticket, send it to you, and you'll be in the draw. The draw will be done tonight. Gordo Black custom jump queue raffle as well. $25 a ticket. And this is a custom queue that Gordo made. He only made a dozen of them. They all have their own design, their own style, their own pattern. Very unique. On average, these queues are selling for a minimum of $1,000 because you can't find them anymore. You can't make them anymore. And the guy was a truly gifted pool guy, I'll say, because it wasn't one thing that he was good at. He was good at everything that he did when it came to pool. But he was one of the main repair guys in Manitoba, and the work that he did, nobody else can touch him, man. I'm telling you, there's nobody out here that can possibly get anywhere near as good as Gordo was. Gordo could do anything. If you went to a store that sold cues that did repairs and you said, hey, can you replace my ferrule? They could not. They would have to ship it out and cost all this extra money. Gordo, he'd fix it for you, and in 2 days, you'd have your cue back. $25 a ticket. All the proceeds from both raffles are going towards the Never Alone Cancer Foundation, so it's going for a good cause. They were the group that was there for Gordo in his time of need as he was checking out from this world. And they did everything they could to like comfort him, to be there for him, to support him in his time of need. And they do that for all cancer patients. So if you support these raffles, you're making a difference for a lot of people that are in their hardest times. Because when you're in those positions, that's when people tend to turn their back on you the most. So when you have an organization like the Never Alone Cancer Foundation doing the best that they can to be able to support those people that have cancer, to me, that's a gift of God, because they didn't have to do that. They could have gone and done whatever else they wanted, followed their passion, doing something totally different. But these people, this organization, they dedicate their entire existence to making sure that those that are affected the most by cancer are there and taken care of when they need to the most. Anyway, so that's going to be it for the stream today, or not today, for now. We're going to come back with the A-side final right away, probably about, I'm going to say an hour from now maybe, and we're going to get going from there, man. A-side final, B-side final, championship match. It's going to be amazing, man. Get your dancing shoes on, boy. We're about to have a good time. Oh, yeah, baby. A good time. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I don't know. I'm just having fun with that now. Honestly, I don't need drugs or alcohol, man. I'm good on my own. All right, so that's it for now. I'll be back, man. Last highlight. Oh yeah, we just seen this one. It was I can't remember. Let it play again. That was the follow through. This was a tough shot because he had to spin it and force the angle. This was really, really tough. But he made it look really easy, man. LOWE wisdom, you know what it's all about, man. You got to go out there and, get your game up, right? It's just like anything else in life, any other sport. If you go out there, like maybe, you like soccer or basketball. The first time you go play basketball, you're like not even hitting the net, but you keep going out there, you keep trying to hit that net and eventually hitting the net. You're not making the shots yet, but you're hitting the net. So that's a start. Then eventually you realize, oh, maybe I got to arch my arm a little bit more, because you start thinking about the techniques, right? Start thinking about like, how is it these guys get the ball in all the time? I'm always hitting the net. Next thing you know, boom, you're using the backboard, you get in the net. You're getting the perfect arch, you're getting in the net. And now everybody's like, hey, you should be playing NBA, bro. That's the journey in pool too, man. You're not going to play for the NBA, though. Don't get any crazy dreams. You're not going to make millions of dollars either. Let's be clear on that either. Chances are you're probably going to go to a pool hall where a lot of people are drinking, and you're just going to take all the money because they're all going to be drunk. Or you're going to play professional, and then you're going to realize, oh, my God, man, this guy wasn't lying. These guys are really good. They never miss. That's the reality of pro pool, man. Tough to make it, but, if you're born special, don't deny you're special. I say that to Shannon the Charm all the time, man. Don't deny your God-given gift, because God has made sure that you were special. And that goes out to all of you as well. All right. We'll be back with another stream shortly. I might go have a nap, man. I'm pretty tired. But yeah, anyways, we'll be back soon, and we're gonna get going with the A-side final and all that. If you want to watch the match for this one, the B-side, or the match between Mike and Fletcher, you can find that on Table 9 on the Hidden Pocket YouTube channel. All right, I might jump in there to cover a little bit. I don't know if I will, because I want to take a little break, but I might. We'll do the shoutouts. Everything's good. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'll be back with another stream shortly, guys. It won't be long. It won't be quick either. It'll probably be about, I think it's going to be about an hour. So I'll see you guys in about an hour. All right. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the stream. Those of you that subscribe to the channel, the YouTube channel today, I truly appreciate it, man. If you followed my personal Q Sports Live Facebook page, then even better, because that's where you're going to get to see a lot of the action that I cover. Thank you for the support. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you guys shortly, about an hour. Cheers.
What's up, Fletch?